on the Genesis. I was a little disappointed this one doesn't have any music to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I think for me, a pleasant surprise was actually Psycho Fox, because I don't know if you've ever played Kid Cool on the NES, but
I'm familiar.
Psycho Fox is basically Kid Cool, except Vic Tokai, like, learned all the lessons that made Kid Cool a terrible game. And so Psycho Fox is much, much better as a result of it.
Yeah.
You can definitely see the progression as you go from Kid Cool to Psycho Fox, and then the Decap Attack. Like, you can just follow that development team's progression over the course of like 3 years, 4 years, something like that. It's very clear. Or the Japanese version of Decap Attack. I don't remember what that is. Like Magical Hat something or other.
Right. But yeah, I got to play Kid Cool for Kuso Grande round 2. And so when I was doing, like, when I was going to be in this race, I started playing Psycho Fox, and I was like, this is a lot like Kid Cool. And I'm seeing all these various elements, and I'm like, oh god, it is Kid Cool, why? Well, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised that it turned out to actually be a much better game than Kid Cool did. So...
Yeah, the level design in Psycho Fox is really good. When you, if you just play through the entire game without the warps,
right?
So it's a really good game. It's just too bad that the momentum is what it is.
Yeah, although like for both, I guess you could say the entire series. Like I can see how the momentum would make for a really cool speed game at a high level. But just, yeah, you're right. Trying to play it casually is a little...
Yeah.
Like, if you
it's
can
very
get to a
off-putting
point
for
just,
a lot of people.
Yeah, or like, you can... I can see where it would be really cool to watch if you could get it to a point where you can just, you know, tear through the entire level without stopping. But getting it to that point is a little...
Yeah.
little iffy.
Yeah, I guess Ninja Gaiden, like, I'd played it a couple times before, but I never actually tried.
Right.
And so I started trying, and it's pretty fun. I still don't know how to get down to, like, 16 minutes, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
I've been telling people that for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can see it kind of, like, takes elements from, you know, all of the other NES Ninja Gaiden games, and even some of the arcade games somewhat, and kind of does its own thing with it, and the end result is pretty cool, I gotta say. Also, there is, of course, the B-Trim, I think you said it was like a prototype or beta version, that has the Ninja Gaiden typo in it.
Yeah.
On the act screens.
Yeah, that's the prototype.
That's good stuff.
There's some other mob spawns in it too.
Oh really?
Which is interesting. It seems to handle lag slightly different, but in that way allowing more enemies on screen, basically. Some places. But I think it's 2 screens that have a few extra mobs here and there.
Right, okay. Are there any other, like, big differences, like, in terms of damage enemies do or things like that? Or is it just... Okay.
It's basically the same game, otherwise. That I've noticed, at least.
Right.
By the way, thank you, everyone, for doing the commentary, because that lets us actually participate.
Yeah,
Whereas otherwise, I mean, I was going to not participate, but I would much rather do so. So,
right,
it's nice to have people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
that's
problem.
fine
So much.
anytime.
Yeah, I've been just, you know, probably now at this point, about a month or so back, I paste-binned something that basically wondered, because I haven't actually done any streaming outside of tournaments in months now, but I was kind of wondering, like, would there be a place either on Twitch or in the speedrun community for someone who, you know, just learns a commentary for races. You know, doesn't even necessarily run the games per se, but just learns everything about them and, like, commentates on races and things. And, like, that's their role, so to speak. So...
I think so. It seems like organized events like that are higher level than just, you know, a single person or one or two people streaming. It seems to be the trend, you know?
Right.
There's a lot of events. We were talking, Badbreaks and I were talking about how it's like impossible to schedule anything now because there's just like every month there's something big happening.
There's so many events, yeah. Which is kind of a... This seems like primarily a late year, like a late in the year complaint. Well, not complaint, but observation. But I've noticed that, like, for whatever reason, the last few months of the year, kind of leading into AGDQ, like, this, you know, this pops up, like, every year. That everyone's like, oh, there's too many events now. Which, I am of the opinion that there's no such thing as too many events, but... my point is more so that it's not really a new complaint to just this year. But this is not... You know, it's kind of been going on a while.
Yeah, at some point, like a year or two ago, year and a half ago, there started to just be, oh, there's something going on this Saturday. Oh, there's 2 things going on this Saturday. Oh, there's 3 things going on this Saturday.
Right, yeah.
I will watch them all.
Yeah.
And then I end up with all 3 screens up. You know, just filled with various events.
right.
Where it's like SGL Saturday and
mystery tournament.
Mystery tournament, and then I don't know. I don't even know what. It's just all of it at the same time.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually
Mega Man Relay. There you go. There's the third.
There you go. Yeah. Like, it's funny, actually, speaking of tournaments, in about 4.5 hours, I actually have a race in a Super Mario Brothers Warpless tournament that I have to participate in, so...
Mario 1?
Yep.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
Cool.
So, that should be interesting. Because, again, I haven't actually played the game in quite a while, but... Oh, well.
You never forget.
Yeah. It should all work out.
Hold right and press jump. Make sure to hold B also.
Right. Yep.
I like that Chris Scotter is playing Lord of the Sword. Getting in that good practice for Master 15 number 800. when we've gone through the rest of the games 2 or 3 more times.
It sounds like he does at least have the right system though, which is good.
Huh?
I
don't have a right to piss on that game actually. It's not that bad. But
it's taught us to run recently as well, which is really impressive.
This Wonder Boy is what Adventure Island is based off.
Yep.
It's before they turned it into Monster World.
Can Twitch chat hear you? I'm just curious if whether or not the streamer has turned us off.
I hope so. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the what was I gonna say? Crud. Get out of the way. What I was going to say is the later Adventure Island games actually kind of went back to not being Monster Boy, but that style of gameplay, the kind of more adventure, explory kind of gameplay, like Super Adventure Island 2 and Adventure Island 4, which I think only came out in Japan on the Famicom. Like, they're much more in that explore, collect items. I hate the term Metroidvania, but Metroid-esque style.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that they like started off as kind of the same game and then diverged and then kind of, you know, reconverged back into the same sort of style. Okay, let me go host this sucker.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop online and just have the stream channel in my Twitch title and then go offline straight away.
That's what I just did, Adam. Yeah, just
sounds good, Adam. I'm not gonna complain about that.
How's it going, by the way?
Very well.
Oh, good.
Very well.
Excited.
It's going well.
How many of you are part of the race right now?
Of us, just me and Beatrim,
Okay, fair
I
enough.
think. Yeah.
Adam, don't you agree that this 15 game race misses Wimbledon?
It does. I actually, when was it? I played Wimbledon recently, and I actually tried to go through the story mode, so to say, which is great fun. The problem is that you have to do like completely full games. They're not one set games. You have to do 3 set games, I think, in order to beat each opponent. And you start off with a character with basically 0 stats. If you play it on 60 Hz, that game is nearly impossible. You'll beat the first guy, and then the second guy is just, well, this is bullshit. The AI is able to respond to everything I'm doing, but you know.
Right.
Game is fun though. Game is really good for regular multiplayer, but speedrunning, I don't know. Doesn't look too promising yet.
I don't know. We could check out Super Tennis, but tennis in these
Super
races is just painful. I think
I like
Great
the
Golf has a better chance of making it in. Let's just say that. We might do the front 9 at Great Golf.
It's amazing how many sports games on the Master System were called Great X, and how many of them were not, in fact, great.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, I
much.
still have some
golf.
fun
Golf
memories
is
of.
really great.
I still have some fun memories of some sports games, even though, like, there was a football game on the Master System that was actually surprisingly decent, from what I remember. Let me check what the title was of that one.
So of our,
I think-
I think it's still 6 competitors, are there any particular favorites here outside of Beatrim, or...
Rasmus.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everybody has a fair shot, I think, because there's so much variety in the games.
Right.
Like, obviously, you know, Castle of Illusion, I think Beatrim is going to have an easy time, probably. But then again, okay, well, East, everybody knows that one. Ninja Gaiden is going to be Rasmus's game. Everybody's got some kind of advantage in some of these games, so...
Okay.
Is there anyone entering blind?
I don't
I
think we have anyone blind.
Chris Cotter is mostly blind.
Well, hopefully he knows East at least, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
doesn't know
he,
East,
he
then.
has,
He
he has
knows
the
he's.
non-warp.
That's good.
Both
Yeah.
He might
non-warp.
stubbornly choose to play like no credits warp instead of credits warp because he can do that in like an hour.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's just an hour.
Yeah.
He's
That's
pretty good.
still a big
That's
chunk
actually
of the
pretty
race
good
then.
for going through the game. Yeah.
yeah, he found some really good leveling strats that
Okay.
are really
Oh, cool.
really efficient
Yeah, I mean-
leveling.
He runs Fantasy Star 1, so he's bound to
Yeah.
find
he's-
efficient leveling
he's
strats,
gotta have
considering how
good
grindy that game is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Fantasy Zone goes.
Oh, I do too.
Have you guys played that game much before, or?